Childhood didn't slowly evolve. It was redesigned, not by parents, not by children, but by systems. Systems that reward efficiency, systems that measure engagement, systems that optimize behavior at scale. No one planned to replace childhood. But when a culture optimizes for speed, safety, and measurable outcomes, everything adapts, including how children grow up. Within one generation, boredom became stimulation, freedom became supervision, silence became noise. And because each change made sense on its own, we called it progress. But systems do not optimize for meaning. They optimize for metrics, and metrics change culture. Level 1. Boredom and the efficiency economy. There was a time when boredom was unavoidable. Long afternoons, no entertainment on demand, nothing designed to capture your attention. From a system perspective, boredom is inefficient. Idle time produces no data, no engagement, no measurable output. So culture gradually eliminated it. Devices filled waiting time, streaming filled quiet evenings, notifications filled every pause. The result feels productive. But boredom once served a purpose. It forced internal activity. When nothing external stimulated you, your mind had to generate something. Imagination was not optional. It was required. When systems remove boredom, they remove the necessity to create. And what is no longer necessary slowly weakens. Level 2. Risk and the culture of liability. Modern systems are risk-averse. Institutions minimize liability. Organizations minimize unpredictability. That logic filters downward. Playgrounds become safer. Movement becomes supervised. Environments become controlled. From a systemic viewpoint, this is rational. Lower risk means fewer incidents. Fewer incidents mean fewer consequences. But risk once trained judgment. Children learned calibration. They experienced small failures in order to avoid larger ones. When risk is engineered out, opportunities for self-regulation shrink. Safety increases. Autonomy decreases. And autonomy is not easily replaced. Level 3. Surveillance and the data age. We now live in an age where visibility equals responsibility. Tracking devices provide reassurance. Location sharing provides peace of mind. Monitoring feels caring. But surveillance changes behavior. When actions are recorded, people adjust. Children grow up knowing their movement can be tracked, their messages saved, their mistakes archived. This is not malicious. It is structural. The data economy values visibility. Visibility becomes normalized, and what is normalized becomes invisible. But childhood once required private space, space to experiment without documentation. When privacy shrinks, experimentation shrinks with it. Level 4. Attention as a commodity. Attention is no longer neutral. It is a market resource. Entire industries are built around capturing and retaining it. Children are not outside that market. Digital platforms optimize for engagement duration, not for cognitive depth. Algorithms are not designed to ask, "Is this beneficial long-term?" They ask, "Will this hold attention now?" Shorter loops, faster rewards, endless refresh. The brain adapts, but adaptation to constant stimulation reduces tolerance for stillness, and stillness is where reflection forms. When attention becomes fragmented, thinking becomes reactive. Systems reward engagement. They do not reward contemplation. Level 5. Social interaction in the interface era. Human interaction has been partially relocated into interfaces. Messages replace conversations. Feeds replace gatherings. Reactions replace nuance. Interfaces optimize clarity and speed. But social growth depends on friction. Misunderstanding tone. Repairing tension. Reading body language. In digital environments, friction is optional. You can mute discomfort. You can curate presence. Efficiency increases. But resilience develops through discomfort. When friction decreases, social strength develops differently. Not necessarily worse, but differently. And the difference matters. Level 6. The elimination of silence. Silence once existed by default. There was nothing to fill it. Now silence competes with infinite input. Content streams continuously. Music, podcasts, updates. From a system perspective, silence is unused capacity. Empty time can be monetized. So it is filled. But silence is where internal processing happens, where thoughts consolidate, where identity stabilizes. When silence disappears, reflection weakens, and reflection is how cultures self-correct. Level 7. Identity in the metric era. Identity formation once occurred slowly, in small groups, with limited observation. Now identity forms in environments that measure feedback instantly. Likes quantify approval. Views quantify visibility. Comments quantify reaction. Metrics accelerate self-awareness, but they also accelerate self-consciousness. When identity becomes measurable, presentation begins earlier. Performance precedes stability. Children learn to optimize perception because systems reward visibility, and visibility becomes currency. Meta level. The logic of optimization. None of this happened through conspiracy. It happened through optimization. Each system improved according to its own logic. Safer infrastructure, faster communication, greater connectivity, higher engagement. Each step rational, each improvement measurable, but systems optimize what they can measure, and meaning is difficult to measure, so meaning becomes secondary. Childhood was not targeted, it adapted, because everything adapts to dominant incentives. Conclusion. The question is not whether progress occurred. It did. The question is, what values progress prioritized? Efficiency, safety, engagement, visibility, all defensible, all rational. But when these become dominant, other values recede. Autonomy, depth, silence, unstructured time. Childhood did not vanish. It was reshaped by the logic of the systems surrounding it. And systems rarely ask whether something is meaningful. They ask whether it is optimized. If progress always requires trade-offs, then the real question is simple. Did we understand what we were trading? And if we had understood, would we have made the same decision? If that question matters to you, stay here. There is more to examine.